all I gotta say is 2023 was a year. I don't know if it was a year for you, but it definitely was a year for me. Lots of big life changes behind the scenes, and also a lot of big changes on the YouTube channel here for Industrial Industries World Radio. To this day, I'm still basically the only person that does anything on the channel. In the future, though, I do intend and want some more people to join the team and be a part of the channel. And there are some gears rolling with that right now. But I just want to go through the past year and take a look at every single video that I have put out during 2023 and just give a nice YouTube rewind, as YouTube used to do. I don't know if they do that anymore, but I think it's like the most disliked video on YouTube is the YouTube rewind from 2019 or 2018. But this is the IIWR YouTube rewind for 2023. And we're going to go through every single video starting from the very first one I put up in 2023 and work our way up and just see what the big milestones that have happened in 2023 for the channel. Today we're going to be going over January 2023, the videos that were put out, the laughs, the cries, the big emotional events. So the very first video I posted for 2023 was on January 2nd. It was the Reese's Big Cup with Reese's Puffs. It was the new flavor at the time. I recall it was pretty decent. The next one, January 3rd, was the McDonald's Jewel Box update for that month. That was pretty decent. It got 310 views. The Reese's Puffs got 244 views, 10 likes, both of them. And then January 3rd, we did the Doritos Roulette review, and that got 503 views. I was surprised on that one. Because usually when I do like chip reviews, they're pretty like low on the thing. Chip reviews surprised me this year. They got like bigger numbers than I expected, especially in the summertime. But moving on January 4th, I took an extrovert or introvert test. And I found out that I was an ambivert, which I'm kind of like right in the middle. Because there's a spectrum of either you're an introvert or an extrovert. I feel like if you're an introvert or claim to be an introvert, you just haven't found the right people that you could open up to. So, at least that's how I felt. I always felt like I was an introvert. I stamped that on my head. I put myself in a box. But as I realized more and more, getting older, meeting new people, getting out there more, I realized that I'm smack dab in the middle. I do have a lot of extrovert qualities, just not in the way that people would expect an extrovert to do, like, oh, you're just out there all the time. No, that's not what being an extrovert means, much like how an introvert isn't always you want to sit in your room all day and read and stay away from people. I gotta order everything from Instacart. I'm scared to go grocery shopping in an actual store. Oh no. No, it's not like that at all. That got some dislikes, surprisingly. It got 2 dislikes and 6 likes. 65 views. That one kind of bombed, but I really enjoyed that video. The next one, ooh, it did drop this past year again during the holiday season. It was the Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry review, which I thought was amazing. That got 151 views, 12 likes, and yeah, that was good. That was on January 4th. January 5th, as I knew I was gearing up to make the Nintendo 64 documentary, I was going to make some videos that I could use as footage for the documentary. So I made the Nintendo 64 game collection video. So I just got the box of all my Nintendo 64 games and I just, went through them for this video. It got 333 views and 5 likes. Cool. Moving on, January 6th, I had the Condescending Cool Nerd Dad Podcaster short. Or this isn't a short, it's just a vertical video. This was just something fun I enjoyed doing. Because I noticed a lot of people that are condescending, they do this thing where they tilt their head up while they talk to you. Huh. And what do you do? Uh-huh. Huh. Huh. So I was just kind of like playing a character with that. It was fun. Just a little gag. You know, I always like to put out some of these just random, funny thought videos sometimes. That got 5 likes, 75 views. Not too shabby for just kind of like a BS video. Next video on January 6th, the same day, I put out the SimCity on Super Nintendo for my first time playing it, my experience. And that one is a really core memory video for me. And it's actually very touching. It does bring a tear to my eye because it takes me right back to a pivotal point in my childhood. Not just playing that game, but just a lot of things happening within my family, and that is like one of the true milestone videos on this channel that I think a lot of people looked over. And yeah, I definitely say if you love the 90s and you just want a nice, sweet story, definitely watch that video. It's how I learned about SimCity. It got 214 views, 8 likes. Um, yeah, and there is some stuff at the end that makes you wonder, oh, whatever happened to that guy? I still wonder. I found him on Facebook, but I don't want to bother him. Anyways, moving on January 7th, we had the 10 list of the 10 discontinued Reese's Peanut Butter Cup flavors, which was a lot of fun to do. It was a remake of a segment I made on the podcast that it was missing a lot of stuff, so I went back, rewrote it, re-recorded the voice work, and then put this video together. It was a lot of fun to do. That got 460 views and 18 likes. That did pretty well. January 7th as well, that same day, I put out the organic Reese's Peanut Butter Cups review. And I remember it wasn't that bad. As much as I'm just like not a hippie, so I don't really care about trying organic stuff or plant-based stuff. Just give me the real deal. I'll eat the sugar. I'll go run. I will do some push-ups. I will jump in place, work off the calories, and I'm fine. Regardless, I like these. They tasted great, but for the price, I'm like, nah. That got 343 views and 14 likes, 2 dislikes. Oh, okay. Got some haters. On January 8th, I put out the How I Produced Exit 89 by Kinda Yellow. Now, Kinda Yellow is a music project I'm in with another guy, Brandon, and we made an album together. We are working on the second album now, as soon as I get time to produce and actually get it all mixed and mastered. But this is just how I produced and made the song Exit 89 for the album, and that seems to be a song that a lot of people really love. It kind of took off. It's not exactly a hit, you know, with the regular people, but it's definitely a decent song. So I wanted to just show some behind the scenes, how I made the song and all that. So I put that out. Got 162 views, 3 likes. Then the next video I put out January 8th, the same day, I put out the Skybar Candy Bar Factory Tour. So this video is a bunch of footage I put together when I visited the Skybar Candy Bar factory, which is inside of this shop, just in this plaza in Massachusetts. And the lady that owns the whole deal was there, and she recognized me from the podcast video I did a long time ago. And she was like, "Oh my God, it's you!" And she was so nice and took us through the entire factory. I was able to film everything, get enough footage to make the documentary on Skybar. And this was basically just all the footage that I had. I put it into one thing and I narrated over it and just taking you through exactly, you know, this is that. It's a fun video to look back on. And that got 408 views, 16 likes, and 1 dislike. How could you dislike a factory tour of candy bars? Like, I don't get that, but there's somebody out there, I guess. They probably had a bad day. On that same day, January 8th, I put out the Zero Candy Bar review. Now, I had seen from another YouTube channel saying that the Zero Candy Bar was the worst candy bar. And I just got to say, no, it is not. It is actually one of the best top tier candy bars out there. But I don't know. That got 2,859 views and 65 likes, 5 dislikes. Next day, January 9th, I put out the Hot Wheels Revealers collection and history. So if you don't know what Hot Wheels Revealers are, they were a series of Hot Wheels cars that were wrapped in paper, and you would put them in water and the paper would dissolve to reveal whatever car you had. So they were like mystery Hot Wheels cars. And some of these cars had special tokens in them to where you could win a new Hot Wheels themed bike, or so there was something else too, the grand prize. I can't remember exactly, but it's kind of like a mini documentary just on the Hot Wheels Revealers, which was a lot of fun to research. I definitely enjoyed going into and diving into that. That got 609 views and 16 likes. Next, on January 9th, that same day, the Ugler Chocolati Gofret review. It was a Turkish candy bar that I found. I did a review on it. It was okay. It got 76 views and 3 likes. If for candy bar that nobody knows in the US and I just found on a whim, not bad. January 9th. I put out a lot of videos on January 9th. That is something that I have learned, is to space out my videos over time. Not just, if I have all these videos, I'm just going to put them all out the same day. I realized space them out a little bit, because me as a viewer, I would get overwhelmed seeing a YouTube channel put out so many videos in just one thing. It's like, yeah, space it out, one per day, or maybe a short and a full length per day, something like that. But yeah, in 2023, I was just like, take it all, here you go. But yeah, that's something I learned as well. But January 9th, I put out the Starry Soda review, which was replacing Sierra Mist. It's made by Pepsi. I wasn't a big fan of Starry, and I don't think I've had Starry since then. I may have to try it again, maybe revisit it, because I've heard a lot of people really do say they like it. But at that time, I was just very biased. I love Sierra Mist. I still do. But Starry was a big letdown. I was hoping it would be better than what it was. But, it's just your standard citrus white soda. But still, that got 3,789 views and 59 likes, 4 dislikes. And that is that. The next one was a fun one. January 10th, I put out Top 10 boy names for 2023. It was just a fun, stupid video. I had fun doing it, at least. It got 68 views. Just needed that one more. But it's got 7 likes and 1 dislike. On January 10th, I put out episode 7 of the Butt Chronicles, which covers every single Beavis and Butthead episode. And this covered Beavis and Butthead Good Credit, episode 7. And that did pretty well. 540 views, 17 likes, and it's just for an audio thing. It's just the thumbnail and then the audio of the podcast underneath. There's 4 dislikes on that video, and I get it. There are some people that click on the thing and they expect it to be the actual Beavis and Butthead episode, but it clearly states right there, Beavis and Butthead podcast. I'm not sorry, because if you actually just listen to the episode, I not only go over the episode, I go over the music videos, I go over the fun facts, I go over my take and my review on the episode. So it's a good listen while you're just working out in the yard or whatever. So, just give it a shot, even though it's not the actual episode. It's a good listen. I mean, I'm not going to put out something that sucks. I'm going to put out stuff that I actually like myself. So the next day, January 11th, I put out Colt from local rock band Fierce the Allies previews his new song. Just being in the music game for a while, you come across all kinds of very pretentious, self-important, very self-serious musicians, and they write songs that are just a little too deep for their own good, and this was just like a funny video and take on it. And yeah, I think I crack up in the video, I'm not sure, but that is that. That got 55 views and 5 likes. But the next video is Chapter 12 of the History of McDonald's, a little mini documentary about the Chicken McNuggets Shanghai, which was just a promotion that McDonald's put out for a little bit during the 80s. And yeah, I go over the entire thing. I thought it was neat. It's only about 3 minutes long. That got 772 views and 22 likes. Definitely a watch. A lot of people just see the big one, the big history of McDonald's one, and don't realize I've made like 8, 9 other history of McDonald's documentaries that are smaller, but still just as action and info packed. So if you haven't seen those or checked that one out, I definitely recommend it. January 12th, I did the Mountain Dew Maui Burst review, which is a Dollar General exclusive. Funny thing about this is when I first started this channel, I bought the can versions of those and was always wanting to get to drink them and review them. Just never got around to it. So by the time I was like, oh, I got to review that, the cans were expired, so I had to get some fresh ones. And by then they had the bottled ones, so I went to Dollar General, bought a few, and reviewed that. And I absolutely love Maui Burst. It's a great flavor. That got 452 views, 10 likes, 1 dislike. Not bad. January 12th, that same day, I put out the Industrial Industries World Radio opening theme song. It's just a song that I would play at the beginning of the podcast, but this is the full thing that most people that listen to the podcast never heard because I always faded it out halfway through or even at, 2 seconds in. So that got 90 views. 5 likes, not bad for just a song I put out. Also, that same day, January 12th, I put out the Snickers review. And I questioned, did it shrink? And then I go over the whole thing about, yes, it did actually get smaller over time. And it is, crazy how these candy companies are just ripping us off. You're paying more for less in these trying times. It's crazy. That got 296 views and 12 likes. The next video I put out, January 13th, was Burger World, Beavis and Butthead episode 8 from the Butt Chronicles podcast. That got 679 views and 11 likes. January 13th, that same day, we put out Snapple Rain Review. This is harkening back to 90s nostalgia, because back in the day, Snapple's put out their Elements drink line that had earth, sun, rain, whatever. I tried the rain one back then, and I remember it tasted really good, but there was something that happened that when I tried this for this review, it tasted just like, I don't know. It's like they took the rain flavor from the 90s and just watered it down so much for it to taste like absolutely nothing. I wasn't a fan. That got 1,009 views and 24 likes and 2 dislikes. Wah, wah. Oh, God. So, okay, this video, January 14th, it's how to produce a modern country music song with no instruments. And I put together a whole country song by just using, beatboxing and then singing and whatever. The cover, the thumbnail, was made using some AI art, which I have utilized in some of my thumbnails, you may have noticed. And it came out pretty cool. That got 191 views, 7 likes, 2 dislikes. Probably some modern country music fans out there. They didn't like what I had to say or do in that video, but it was funny. I enjoyed myself, at least. January 14th, we have the Tropicana Crunch unboxing. Now, this cereal was very interesting, and I bought a couple boxes from an eBay seller. It's cereal that you use orange juice instead of milk to eat. And it was a wild experience. But in this video, I strictly just unbox it. I don't review it in this one. That got 144 views, 11 likes, 1 dislike. January 15th, I review McDonald's Blueberry and Cream Pie. And I recall it being pretty decent, pretty good. That got 577 views, 13 likes. Yeah. On that same day, January 15th, I put out Does a Beard Age You? And this was an experiment, and I polled all the subscribers at the time on YouTube, just guessing what my age is with a beard and what isn't, because my age, wasn't knowledge then, but I am in my late 30s. I'm 37, but I had people guessing things from like early 20s, maybe late 30s. Some people were right on the mark with how old I was. But yeah, that was a fun experiment. And this video, I shave my beard off. I look weird without a beard. I look very, very young. But this, I go over everything, all the answers, all the questions, all the burning questions. That got a whole 96 views out of that, which is pretty good. 11 likes, I think one dislike, yeah. I think the one dislike was someone that didn't like how I looked without a beard, but eh. January 16th, I put out Game Day, an original IIWR film, which at heart, I do enjoy making films, as stereotypish as that is. I enjoy directing, writing out a story, putting the set together, just the whole thing, the whole production. Pre-production, production, post-production, the packaging, putting it out, releasing it. Just, I love the entire process. And I've only been able to make a few short films for this channel. One was The Getaway, the other one was The Filmmaker, where I play a pretentious artist. And this one is Game Day, where I play like this dorky nerd, and this a relative of his is trying to get him to play or watch football because it's the Super Bowl. And this nerd just kind of talks about how he's so much better than everybody else that watches football. It's almost like a psychological thriller in a way, and the ending is weird. I don't want to say it's David Lynchy, but I'm a big fan of David Lynch, so there's always maybe a few little aspects of that sprinkled in here and there. But that was cool. I loved making that. It didn't get a big reception. Got 82 views, 10 likes. I guess everybody that did watch it did like it, though. So I would definitely say that is one of the cornerstones of 2023 video-wise. Game Day, an original IIWR film. Definitely up there. Also, January 16th, we put out Mountain Dew Voltage Review. I can't recall if I really liked that one or not. I don't think I did that much. I think I gave it a 6. I don't know. But that got 485 views, 17 likes, and that was like, I'm starting now on, yes, I guess I need to try every Mountain Dew flavor. I didn't start out wanting to do that, but I'm like, there are so many Mountain Dew flavors out there. Like, I guess I do want to make a library of videos for people to reference to see if, hey, was this one any good? Is this one any good? So that was like, I guess maybe my journey of trying to buy all the Mountain Dew flavors that I could find and just bang them out real quick. On January 17th, I put out the Ray Kroc McDonald Brothers Dictaphone Tapes, Tape 3. There's 5 tapes altogether. I have them all out available on YouTube now. But these are tapes that were given to higher-ups at McDonald's during the 80s. And they're recordings of McDonald Brothers and Ray Kroc during the 1950s and maybe early 1960s. And they're very, very interesting conversations to listen to. They're about an hour long a piece. So if you really do want to dive into the McDonald's history lore, you could check those out. Those are tapes that I listened to when I made the McDonald's documentary. And you'll hear in there that Ray Kroc and the McDonald brothers are just like talking like buddies. They're not like, oh, Ray Kroc is so mean, he's so evil. No, it's just like business talk, and just like, it's interesting to hear the inner workings of, their strategies on how to build McDonald's up in those early years. So put that out January 17th. And then I put out another Butt Chronicles podcast episode, Baby Makes a 3, Beavis and Butthead episode 9. That got 305 views, 6 likes, 1 dislike, probably from somebody that was expecting the actual episode. Regardless, moving on, January 18th, I put out a video, how to make Parmesan garlic steak dip. Now, late 2018, early 2019 is when I had my epiphany, I'm going to just, disavow my previous life completely of like being lazy, being slothy, and really start being a productive person in my life. Like it was my goal. So I bought a composition notebook, that one right there, opened it up, and just listed every single thing that I wanted to make a video about. Now that was late 2018, early 2019. I finally got this done, which was one of the first things I wrote down in that notebook. So it took, 4 years, but I finally got it done and got 62 views, 6 likes. But that was so fun to make because, oh, I got to eat steak. But I always make that Parmesan garlic steak dip when I do grill here at the house because it just makes everything so much better. And I got the recipe kind of offhand from a certain restaurant, I'm not going to say. This restaurant in particular made it, and when I tried it there, I was just like blown away. I had to get the recipe. The 3 times since then, before they went out of business, I asked the waiters and waitresses, and they all said, "Oh no, 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 I can't do that." Blah blah blah. But the last time I asked one of the guys that was a waiter, and he said, like, "Hey, chill, chill." And then he came back and he gave me a slip of paper with just the ingredients, no amounts, but it was like, all right, top ingredient is the one that you use the most, and then you go down to the ingredients that you use less and less. You kind of just figure it out. So, yeah, I took all those ingredients and just figured them out to taste, basically, just eyeballed it, and sure enough, yeah, it was spot on with what he said. So I just decided to finally share the recipe in this video. January 18th, I reviewed the Indiana Jones The Dial of Destiny trailer and just reacted to it. I wasn't impressed. It got 94 views, 6 likes, and yeah, I think I seen the movie. I can't recall. It was such a blur. I don't think I really was that impressed with it. It's just like, it was better than Crystal Skull, but still. January 19th, I tried Mountain Dew Major Melon and reviewed that, and I didn't like it. It left a rotten kind of fruit taste in my mouth. A lot of people were telling me I was just wrong, and I just need to retry it, or my taste buds were just defective. But I swear, I tasted something nasty with that, and I never tried it again. But I know now that that is being discontinued, so I'm going to have to hunt down and find a few bottles so maybe I can re-review it before they're gone everywhere. That one got 157 views and 9 likes. Not bad. The next one is the Milka Choco Trio review, which was like these snack cakes. I remember I hated them. They were just trash. That got 3 likes, 144 views. This one was fun. On January 21st, I ate a whole tub of whipped cream, which sounds like a lot, but I think a whole tub of whipped cream is only like 500 something calories, the same amount you get in a Big Mac. It's just a lot of sugar more than anything. That got 185 views, 7 likes. I enjoyed that one. That is a staple of 2023 for sure. Video-wise, at least. January 22nd, I reviewed Mountain Dew Pitch Black from 2023, the limited time release for then. I didn't like it. They switched up the formula. It isn't how I remembered when it first came out. So I was very, very disheartened. That got 491 views and 14 likes, 1 dislike. Seemed like a lot of people agreed with me on that, but yeah. Next, I put out the Butt Chronicles episode 10, Beware of the Butt from Beavis and Butthead. That got 351 views, 13 likes, 1 dislike. And then January 23rd, that same day, I put out the original Nintendo 3DS unboxing and startup. And it seemed like ASMR-ish, so I just put ASMR on there. And that got 54,144 views. That is one of the biggest videos on this channel, besides like the documentaries. And it has 1,014 likes and 21 dislikes. So I just put that out there. I thought it wasn't going to do anything. And it was fun for me to do. But a lot of people really liked it. It really struck a chord. And yeah, it's fun to look at and just reminisce on, oh, a brand new 3DS, open it up. January 24th, I tested the range of my $150 wireless microphones, which are these. And I walked in my neighborhood park so far away, and I was shocked at how well these mics still pick up, from a distance with the receiver and everything on the camera. Uh, it's definitely a fun experimental video to watch. I had a lot of fun doing it. What are these? They are the Hollyland microphones. 77 views, 9 likes. Yeah, so if you are an audio nerd and you're looking for some good mics, definitely get these, as that video definitely does show that these are worth the money. January 25th, Mountain Dew Spark review. I did that. I didn't like that one that much. 379 views, 12 likes. And we're moving on. January 26th, I tried the Snickers Almond Brownie and Dark Chocolate Squares. These were really good. I loved these. So good. 127 views, 11 likes. Yeah. January 27th, I made the 90s nostalgia Instagrammer. Remember Yakbacks and Orbits, dude? This is basically a funny, humorous take on all of these pages on Instagram or on YouTube too, where they just bank so hard on nostalgia the entire time. Like, that is all they do, is just junk from the 80s and 90s, which obviously I love. I mean, come on. Look at the arcades in the back. Look at Crystal Pepsi here. But there are some people that just take it full on. Just I could just imagine their wives going nuts, or if they even do have wives, going, oh my god, yes, that is some crap from the 80s. Do you? Okay. Next, January 27th, I was so excited that GoldenEye was coming to the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox. Now, I got the download version of the Rare Replay game for the Xbox, and you were able to get GoldenEye 007 for free. But when I popped in Rare Replay, I realized, hey, GoldenEye ain't on here. So I had to do some digging and look through, and found out that you had to go to the actual shop and download it separately from the store, and it won't be on the actual disc or inside the game. It's just a separate entity, GoldenEye is. And a lot of people, I think, were having the same problem. They didn't know whatever, but I found this out, so I decided to do a video to help other people that were in my situation figure it out. So a lot of people really thanked me for that, and I was like, hey, no problem. I'd be the same way. I'd be looking on YouTube trying to figure it out. I just happened to figure it out sooner than later. That one got 7,404 views, 115 likes, and 15 dislikes. I don't know what there's to dislike about it. Somebody's helping you out, but there's mean people. Oh my god. January 28th, I reviewed JJ's birthday cake pie. I wasn't that big of a fan of it. I gave it a 6 out of 10 because it tasted very chemically. But this video was the start of my saga of reviewing every single JJ's pie. And over this past year, JJ's Pie reached out to me. They sent me some pies. I think towards the end, I don't know what our relationship is now, but I hope they send me a strawberry one. That's the final one I need to review from them. I hope they care. I hope they still like me. But that was the first one that got 144 views and 6 likes. Then the next one, I finally review Tropicana Crunch cereal. The cereal that you put orange juice in. That was on January 28th as well. That got 308 views, 23 likes. And I describe everything. I think I even eat the cereal with milk to let you know the difference between the two. And I think I did actually prefer orange juice in the cereal rather than milk. Then we get to January 29th, where I try Hammond's Chicken and Waffles chocolate bar. It's supposed to taste like chicken and waffles. I remember it tasting very salty, and it was okay from what I remember. 173 views I got from that, 7 likes. And then a video January 29th, that same day, I put out the story of Orbit's drinks, which is the 90s drinks that have the balls in them. I got a whole bunch right here. So I did a documentary on these a couple of years ago now, but I wanted to do a separate video where my face is in the shot and I'm talking all about it. Just a more laid back version of just going through the history of it. If you want the hardcore version, just watch the documentary on Orbits that I made, the history of Orbits. But this one got 5,344 views, 105 likes, 2 dislikes. And then the final video for January of 2023 I made was the Taco Bell Crispy Chicken Wings review, which they made it available for just a little bit, and then they took it off. Here's the reason why. They sucked. Very little meat on them for such a huge price was definitely not worth it. That one got 240 views, 16 likes, and that was a wrap for January. Anyways, that's what happened January 2023. My personal life, a lot of nothing was happening. This basically was my life, you know, just doing these videos at that time. But yeah, check in next time. We'll go over February 2023 next. Thanks for watching. I am DJ Glowing Ice, and I will see you next time.